I would like now to call on President Holloway for his remarks.
Thank you, Ken. I did not know of your relationship to John Hoffman in the parental form, but I can see the resemblances and certainly the quality of character. As you all know, this morning I informed the Rutgers community, as I'd done last month to Board of Governors Chair Amy Towers, that this, the 5th year of my presidency, will be my final year as president of Rutgers. It has been a tremendous honor to work with you and with the Board of Governors, and I've always appreciated and admired your dedication to Rutgers and to our students. As I noted in my announcement, there is tremendous momentum at the university. Enrollment is rebounding after the pandemic years, and I'll speak to our first year class in a moment. Our rankings have risen across the university in recognition of our excellence and commitment to social mobility. Our research productivity is strong and supporting economic growth. New capital projects are underway in Camden, New Brunswick, and Newark that will be transformational. Rutgers Health is strong, and we've begun the merger process for the Rutgers School of Medicine. We built vital relationships with our partners in government and our donors who have responded with significant investments in the institution. And we are showing the nation the value of a culture of service and citizen engagement. It has and will continue to be a privilege to serve as president. I'm excited to do that work that we have ahead of us in the coming year. Some more specifics. In enrollment, our first year of student enrollment is up university-wide by a healthy margin. 11,650 new first-year students across our campuses this month, more than 1,000 higher than last year. Over 25% of our first-year students are either out-of-state or international students. This is important for all manner of reasons. Rutgers Newark has seen a significant increase in first-year students. I believe it's now to pre-pandemic levels or right close to that. Housing across our campus is at 97% capacity and over 99% capacity in New Brunswick. And this is one of the strongest classes in the university's history, and that's a testament to the strength of our reputation in the state, outside of the state, and across the globe. This is an interesting moment, of course, for me to be addressing all of you on this day in particular, but I want to reassure you that work proceeds according to plan. The Newark Chancellor search is getting underway with a committee co-chaired by Executive Vice President Prabhas Mogi and Professor Salamisha Tillett. I will be charging that committee tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I'm pleased to say that Trustee David Harris has agreed to serve as a member of the search committee. This month, the committee is holding listening sessions to gain the Newark community's input on the experience, values, and vision they hope to see in the next chancellor. And in the meantime, Jeffrey Robinson is serving as interim chancellor and doing, I must say, a fabulous job. We live in a complicated time, of course, and one of the major complications, political battles, is over free expression, free speech, academic freedom. And as I've shared with you already, we have a new central website on free expression and a new set of guidelines for free expression. We created this website following a review of university policies for expressive activities at Rutgers, and deciding that while our policies as a university are stronger, there was more we could do to educate our community on its rights and responsibilities in exercising freedom of speech and academic freedom. And I want to emphasize its rights and responsibilities. We need both to be respected. It's important to know that we have not changed any policies. Indeed, our policy on academic freedom, for example, was adopted in 1966 and has been barely changed since. We will continue to advocate for free speech at Rutgers, but also protect the right of students to attend classes, have their learning uninterrupted, and conduct university business in peace. On the federal front, we continue to respond to the government on federal and state levels, including answering questions about the U.S. House, questions from the U.S. House Committee on Education and Workforce. I gave my testimony, as you know, in May, but document requests and delivery has been continuing unabated since then. As the election cycle continues, higher education is likely to remain a focus for political discourse. It is my fervent wish the political discourse is healthy, is respectful, and is honest. I like to dream. I Also want to bring up to speed on athletics. As you know, I've commissioned an external investigation into our gymnastics program to ensure that we are doing things right and with the well-being of our students in the forefront. I am confident of our internal processes when things were brought to our attention over the last academic year and really the spring and into the summer. But I think it's critical that we have outside representation to make sure that this confidence is not misplaced. It might be a learning opportunity for us. Hopefully, is to affirm that we've been doing things in the proper way. Regardless, it will be something that is important to be done. And I expect it'll be, if all goes to plan, we should have some update by the end of October. Don't hold me to it. That's the hope. But we will be hopeful. Of course, we will be searching for a new athletic director. You'll be hearing more about that soon enough. In the meantime, Ryan Passari is acting as interim AD and stepped up immediately when I called him on the day of Pat Hobbs's sudden resignation. Those who know Ryan already hold him in the highest regard. I've spent a lot of time with him in the last few weeks. I already thought well of him, but now I understand why people feel the way they do. I have great confidence in the work that he has already been doing for that department. He has calmed things down tremendously, and I know he will steer our Big Ten athletics programs with integrity and purpose for the remainder of his term, however long it may last. It is my intention, working closely with Amy Towers, that the Newark Chancellor search will be completed ideally in February, that I'll have a role in naming of that person, and also working with the Board of Governors and also with representation from the Board of Trustees, the same thing with the Director of Athletics. Again, I know this is an unusual moment for us to be meeting just hours after I shared my news with the community. I want to take this moment, though, to really emphasize my appreciation for the care that all of you bring to this role at the university. I was new here 5 years ago and have learned a lot about this large, incredible, complicated, but uplifting institution. You already knew this as alumni and people who believe deeply in this institution for a variety of reasons. So in the spirit of a university always being a place of teaching and learning, thank you all for being my professors in my own discovery, my education of this institution. Thank you very much.
I know I speak for everybody in the room when I say thank you very much for those 5 years. It's been outstanding.